Hey folks, in this installment of the Gear Yak, I'm going to be talking about the Black Diamond Alpine Ergo Cork trekking poles. Let's do it! I bought my first set of trekking poles before a trip to the Adirondacks High Peaks region, and since then I think they've been a really great addition to my kit. Over the years I've come to depend on them whether I'm mountaineering, backpacking, or day hiking. In general, I use my trekking poles to help assist in balance. Then I use them to help distribute weight, I use them to help set my pace, and occasionally I use them to set up my tarp into porch mode on my hammock. These trekking poles are 3-section poles. The bottom sections are carbon fiber and have length indications painted on the sections. The upper section is aluminum. Carbon fiber is light, but some of the durability is going to be sacrificed for the weight savings. Now these poles use the Flick Lock Pro locking mechanism. Each pole has 2 low-profile locks that offer a visual assurance that they are in fact locked, unlike the twisty ones. I've never had a lock disengage unintentionally. The locks are a stainless steel design with minimal plastic. They're easy to lock and unlock even with gloves on. The usable lengths are between 39 and 51 inches, and collapsed is 30 inches long. Although I thought that the collapse size would be a little bit too long for my purposes, I found that I've had no issues. A pair of these trekking poles weigh in at 1 pound, 3.9 ounces, or about 10 ounces a piece, 9 ounces if you remove the straps. The most important aspect of these poles, at least to me, are the handles. The handles are offset about 15 degrees from the main shaft, which gives an ergonomical grip, as well as reducing some strain on the wrist. Also, a cork grip was important to me. I prefer the way it feels and the moisture resistance that it offers. Another great feature is the extended non-slip foam grip. It turns out that this feature has changed the way that I grip the pole. Over the years I've been extending the pole a little bit longer and then gripping halfway on the cork and halfway on the foam. This allows me to move my grip up or down, making micro adjustments as needed, but not having to adjust the length of the pole overall. My hands have never slipped on either the foam or the cork portions of these poles. The top of the pole is plastic and it offers a good place to put your palm, especially if you're holding the poles extended out from your palms, getting a little bit further reach. Never slipped with that grip either. As for the straps, I cut them off before I even take these poles out. Straps are usually used for 2 reasons. One, to transfer your weight to the pole, and another would be to protect yourself from a slip. If your hand slips, you don't lose the pole and tumble over. Personally, I find the straps to be a bit of a nuisance because, at least on this type of pole where I'm constantly moving my grip up and down on the foam and cork portions of the handle, that would require me to make changes to the strap as well, and I just don't have time for that, so I did away with them. Moving to the bottom of the pole, we have the flex tip. Now this houses the carbide portion of the tip, which offers good bite into any type of material that you're going to be hiking over. The entire flex tip portion is replaceable, and Amazon sells a pair for about $10, which is a pretty good deal. My carbide tips are generally in good conditions because I use a trekking pole tip protector. Not necessarily because I want to protect the tip, but because I find that this grips rock pretty well, this rubber grips rock pretty well. And unlike the carbide tips, these don't make a noise when you walk, and they don't leave marks on the rocks, because I don't know if you're in an area that generally has some rocky terrain, you'll see big scrape marks from the carbide tips when they scrape down the rock faces. Black Diamond also sells a rubber tip that you can replace the carbide tip in the flex tip portion of the trekking pole. I've never used them, so I can't speak to those. The flex tip also secures the basket to the pole. Generally just use the trekking basket, but they also have snow baskets. They easily screw on and off. I've never had an issue with that. I leave the trekking basket on unless it's obvious that I'm going to need something a little bit bigger. The primary function of baskets in general is to keep the pole tip from plunging too far into whatever, mud or snow or ice that you're walking on. Also, but yet a little less effective, it should keep the pole tip from going between, getting jammed between rocks. And that's primarily where you're gonna break your pole or bend your pole. I've never had a basket fall off of any of my poles. All right, so what are some of the pros and cons of the Black Diamond Flick Lock Alpine Ergo Cork trekking pole? Starting with the cons, they're probably not as durable as their aluminum counterpart. They aren't the lightest weight carbon fiber trekking pole you can buy, and at $140 to $170, that is pretty steep for not getting the lightest. But the pros are they're really comfortable, they're lightweight, yet they feel really sturdy, and all the features do exactly what you expect them to do. And that consistency is what I'm really looking for when I'm buying a product to use in the outdoors. Amazon currently shows a 4.5 out of 5-star rating from the reviewers, 48 reviewers. And much like them, I would recommend this product. It's a great functioning, consistent product that I really enjoy. With that being said, there is a newer model out there, and there are two major differences. The newer model is lighter by almost 3 ounces, and they offer a 360-degree strap. I don't know what that means. I probably wouldn't use it, but I think the trekking pole is overall pretty much the same. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later.